Hello, everybody. Welcome back to the free to play series. Recording this a little bit late, football, all that fun stuff, right? But great news. Rathalos is now a 6-star. Really happy about that. Time to get him. I want to see him in action. You'll see I have a little bit of gear on him. That was mostly just to complete my quest for the daily. I was just like, well, if I'm going to level gear, I needed to be Rathalos' gear. And this is the gear that I have on him. Now, I do happen to have these crit damage gauntlets with 18% crit rate. So the big question now, in fact, why don't we just go ahead and see what we can build here? He is not mastered, so remember, we want 95 crit rate is what we're looking for. So we're looking for plus 80% down here because we're going to get 5 more crit rate from masteries. So we're looking for plus 80% in the crit rate. Right now, we're just looking for the top 3 items, and I want to go crit rate, crit damage first, and we will see, we'll prioritize crit rate, and then look to see what pieces I have without filters. So this weapon has 17% crit rate. We're going to also, real quick, we're going to do the fitting room so that we can get everything tried on and see what we're working with. Another 17%. Now that's including, right? So we want this number to be 95%. So we're looking for a helmet here, 14%. And there we go. So we're crit rate capped. Our crit damage is 147. That will go higher. I do want to look and see. This one's 14. This one's a net 0, right? So why am I considering this piece over the helmet? We already have these 2 pieces working. If I go with this piece, I'm going to get that crit rate and that crit damage. The one downside, no, this doesn't have attack percent. So I'm losing some HP, but I don't care that much about HP. So we're going to go ahead and use this to get that extra defense ignore, and notice our crit rate stays the same. Now, once we get masteries on this champion, that crit rate will go up to 102%, and we will be crit capped, right? We'll have a full crit cap at that point. Obviously, all these pieces will get leveled up to 16, but this is pretty much we're going to equip that. This is pretty much the best build for him. So, and what I love about this build is we have crit rate and crit damage on every single piece of gear. We've got attack here on the chest. We are a little light on attack throughout the kit. I'm just going to do a quick check. I know I've already added those items, but we're going to do this same thing, but look for some perfect pieces here. So we're going to go crit rate, crit damage, and attack percentage, and see if I can find anything that wouldn't hurt me too much and take me out of that. So I think we do priority stats again. I'm still wanting crit rate, and this time I'll hide set filters again. I like that there's another piece here. So I lose 3 crit rate, but I gain a lot of attack here. And when this gets 6-starred, and we gain more crit damage as well. This is the better piece, and we maintain our set that we're talking about having. I'm also going to take this to 16 real quick. That took a lot more silver than I would have liked, if I'm honest. And we get that extra roll into the crit damage. So this is definitely the better piece, because we are getting that little bit of extra attack on top of everything. I'm going to take this to a 12. All into the attack. So that is not a good piece. I'm willing to be at 99% crit rate, but I'm not necessarily willing to be well under that. So that piece becomes worse. In the case of this one, it would have been losing too much crit rate for that one to work because we had a trip roll into accuracy there. That's really, really unfortunate. That is a good piece to re-roll. Obviously, I don't have the ability to do that right now, but in the future, when I get the opportunity to re-roll this, I'd like to see that trip roll into something else, just because of the surrounding stats to what that trip roll. Obviously, if I wanted accuracy on a champ, well, maybe there's a champion that would benefit from this, like a bomb champion down the line, something along those lines. So maybe we hold on to that. But for right now, it's not exactly the best item that we would want. But what we did put on is wonderful. I don't think there's really anything else, so that can't have. So then there's, ideally attack percent on that or on this item. But as you can see, these are all my items that have crit rate, crit damage, and attack percent. And well, again, remember we can't get that on the shield anyway, so that shield is great. And then the helmet, we tried to see if we could roll something better, but in this case, we need that crit rate to complete the set and get that crit damage. So we'll make up for a lot of the attack on the rings and such. I'm a little light on silver. Maybe I take some of the stuff. I mean, I really need him. The whole plan for him is to get him built, right? So attack percent, I certainly don't mind him being in a blood shield ring, right? So I'm going to take all this stuff to 12. Shoot. I should have looked before I did that. I want an attack ring with attack percent underneath. We'll take this to 8, and hopefully we get double attack percent. 1 and 1. So what's the difference? Obviously, we're comparing apples and oranges here, but you can already see the significant amount of extra attack that this one brings. And it's 4 levels underneath. Yeah, it's already bringing a lot more attack. I lose some other stats, but overall we want that attack percent and everything. So we'll equip this, and then crit damage. Please tell me I have a neck. I do. Again, this is a take it to 12 type scenario. We are in the middle of an artifact enhancement event as well. Don't care for the accuracy roll on that, but, it is what it is. And then we want attack on the banner. It's a 4-star banner, so only going to take it to 12. And that finishes out the kit. So slightly underwhelming. Oh, that's probably because he's only level 1 right now. So once we get him to 60, we'll see better results out of the attack and defense and everything. But we're good at crit rate. Crit damage 175 is definitely good for this kind of level that we're at. If we compare it to like Sun Wukong, I mean, he's 230, but also just lucky enough to have the Killstroke set, right? If we take that out of the equation and we come down to Kayle, 197% on Kayle, and we're not even fully leveled on that gauntlets. So when these in fact, why don't we just go, we know we're going to take these to 16. No reason to save the silver there. So that puts us at 203% crit damage. Again, and that's, I think this is before masteries and everything. So we're going to be at 99% crit rate. So there is the chance that he won't get one of those crits every now and then, unfortunately. But, this is a better set and more attack than if we went with the other option, which would guarantee crits, but we would lose a little bit of attack. So I think this is a fair trade-off. We get a little bit of healing as well. It's not exactly a set that, I'm chomping at the bit for, but when you can get extra stats, you take extra stats. This is really good. We're getting extra attack percentage out of the set and extra defense ignore as well. So the build for Rathalos is really solid. Just need to level him up. I've got 862 energy. That is going to be used to level him up for sure. I don't really think I have enough brews, certainly not force brews. So I'm not going to blow any of those on that. We'll just throw him through campaign. Now, remember, a reminder, the right thing to do in this scenario would be to level him up in Minotaur so that I'm double dipping. I'm gaining his Minotaur scrolls while also gaining experience for him. That would be the correct way to do it, the efficient way to do it, but I don't have the time and I'm lazy, so I will get him his masteries from gems. I also just did something I don't like doing, which is where I put gear on the champion before I level them. Mostly I don't like doing that for this reason, and I'll show you guys. We'll take him into 12-3 Brutal here. I can level a 2-star anytime. And so what you're going to see, because he's so fast, well, you know what? It doesn't really matter because of how powerful Sun Wukong is. But you'll see here, he's going to get a turn. And he's weak affinity here. Also, he's level 1, so he doesn't hit very hard. So as he gets leveled up, it's just that extra turn. It can slow down your runs in some scenarios, especially if you're running a campaign farmer who's specifically only faster than Lord Shazar, like on my main account. So usually the champion that I built that is level 1 is faster and will attack before my campaign farmer, which makes a 6-second campaign run turn into 11, 12 seconds. So in this case, it's not so bad. Sun Wukong is built to be fast. He has 2 AoE hits. So it's really just that third wave that's a problem. So not too bad. So we'll get him running through here. Get him leveled up, and hopefully get to testing some of my theoretical teams. I also wanted to talk about, I made some, I can't really show you because I'm dumb and used all my keys, but I did make some gains with the changes that I've killed stage 6 before, but then had to go back down to like farm in 5 and 4 because stage 6 was inconsistent. It was about a 50-50 win-loss rate. It's gone up now. I'm winning a lot more at this stage, and that's because of the rebuild that I did on and the books that are in Ultimate Death Knight. So Ultimate Death Knight is now giving me what I need. He's giving me the shields faster. They're stronger shields because he is a lot stronger. And ultimately, the end result is a successful run. So I'm doing, instead of taking Sun Wukong, I'm bringing Geomancer and Venomage, Kale, and then my 2 supports, Deacon and Ursula. And it seems to be working. I've been able to actually go to some harder difficulties of Iron Twins. Now, down the line, I'll open up that team that I use on my main account that's very powerful. But in this instance, I'm getting a little bit more Iron Twins progression, which is great. You'll see I do have some rewards ready to go here for the next time that we get a tournament or an event resolving around souls. I hopefully will get to pull some for these champions that I now have. So, really excited about the progress on the account, and I am looking forward to seeing what Rathalos can do for me moving forward. I still think that the gear that I have on Sun Wukong is extremely solid. I really like him hitting as hard as he does in PvP. There's a small voice in the back of my head that says, hey, put this gear on your clan boss damage dealer. But the reality is they're not that different. 203% on Rathalos. In fact, does he have more crit damage? No. And then 230% on Sun Wukong. Now, we would get more out of the banner if I was to take this banner to 6 stars. And everything legendary has been leveled, so there's no additional crit damage that can come out of this. Mastery-wise, we would do crit rate. I wouldn't do flawless execution, so there's really no reason for that. I'm certainly going to do War Master as my... Because I plan Rathalos for PvE, not for PvP content. I may use him in PvP content, but that's not what he'll be built for. I'll likely also go down the defense tree and get the counterattacks from Retribution and Deterrence. Yeah, because he could get counterattacks on the stun when Clan Boss stuns. So I will likely go offense and defense tree for him, but more to come on that. I'll likely do that maybe even live on my next recording. But I'm pretty much going to log off of this account tonight. I have one more video to record, and then I'm doing an account takeover. So keep an eye out for the account takeover that I'm going to be doing. I'm going to have the recording up. I'll be live streaming it as well. By the time this uploads, I'll probably be halfway through it, but you're welcome to come join. It'll be on my YouTube channel. So I'm sorry I didn't give you guys more of a heads up. I didn't know what time I was going to do it at because of football. You never know. Also, it's late and work schedules, all that stuff, right? So, blah. Anyways, thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you on the next video.